Hello everybody, welcome to another super exciting episode of Old School RuneScape. I am still stuck in Piro, doing medium clue scrolls looking for the gold trimmed climbing boots, but I came across a medium clue that requires me to do the rat catcher's quest for a step. Therefore, I'm going to do the prerequisite for that quest today, Icthlarin's Little Helper. So I've got all the stuff in my bank, I'm gonna need my cat, and I shall begin over here because I need a bucket of sap. So if you don't have sap, you can use these cone-shaped trees, use a knife on it with a bucket in your inventory, and voila, you cut the tree and allow some sap to drip into your bucket. There you go. So, I might as well deposit this knife while I'm still here, right? Just because there's going to be a lot of running and a lot of run energy required for this episode, so I want to save all the weight that I can. Let me deposit that. I brought my recharge ring here, and I think we can begin. We're going to teleport to Narda, and that's kind of where we'll start the quest. So let's roll. I think the quest begins a little to the southwest of here. That looks familiar. The agility pyramid, my perpetual grind there that I think is coming to a close. I don't think I'm going to be doing much more of that anymore. The quest actually begins in this little camp, I believe. However, I do want to continue going west for another prerequisite for this quest. These vultures here, pretty crazy RuneScape enemy. Not very common, I would say. Alright, so I think I can get some salt water here. Oh, these crocodiles are aggressive. I gotta be careful. Let me figure out how to get the salt water here. Nothing interesting happens. I could have sworn there was salt water here. There we go. Collect water. Has to be in one specific tile. There you go. You scoop some salty water into your bucket. You do need a bit of salt for this quest, and you can buy it at a Slayer Master, but since I'm a no-shop Ironman, I'm going to do an alternative method to that. Alright, with all that out of the way, I'm going to drop my cat here and talk to the Wanderer. Good day, Wanderer. Hello to you too, Adventurer. Hiss. Ah, get that cat away from me, quickly please. Why, what's your problem with it? Just take it away, please, take it away. If you do, I'll tell you the secret passageway. What secret passageway? Get the cat away from me first and I'll tell you. You pick up your cat. Okay, where is this passage? It's by the group of rocks just to the northeast, but you won't be able to enter. Well, not yet anyway. Where does it lead to? To Sophanem, the city of the dead. Sophanem? The second city of Menophites, full of giant monuments to their departed. The place is locked down at the moment, so the passage is the only way in. Apparently they've been hit by a set of plagues. The pathetic new high priest of Icthlarin is probably to blame. Interesting, tell me more about this Icthlarin. No. Oh, well, fair enough then. So, why do you say I won't be able to enter the passage? First bring me some supplies and then I'll tell you. I'm running low and I'm about to embark on a long journey. What do you need? Give me a full water skin and a tinderbox. I seem to have lost my own and the desert nights are very cold. Okay, I actually have those on me already. Good, now look into my eyes. Look deeply into them. Don't blink. You slowly pick yourself up off the ground. Your head is pounding and an irrational sense of guilt nags you. Ah, my poor head, what's going on? How did I get here, that wanderer? That is her doing. You notice a ghostly figure making painted gestures in your direction. Woo woo. The spirit tries to converse with you, but all you can understand is his anger, which is directed towards you. Alright, so my tinderbox, my loyal tinderbox that has been with me from the start is now gone forever. I have to figure out how to get a replacement one. I don't even remember how I got that first one. Maybe I had it with me since Tutorial Island. Maybe that was my Tutorial Island tinderbox. Who knows? Anyway, let me go in this pyramid here. As you touch the pyramid door, a sense of deja vu sweeps over you. You do need your cat out to be able to open that door, by the way. Must go to the heart of the pyramid. The mistress commands it. So yeah, I'm in a bit of a trance here. I'm going to use the mini-map to navigate through the obstacles. Otherwise, you can fail them. But if you just spam click the mini-map here, should be fine. So yeah, this is going to require a lot of run energy, unfortunately, to complete this quest successfully. Especially this part, jumping over this pit requires, I believe, at least 20% run energy and a good agility level to pass. The higher your agility level, the better chance you have of doing this. Thankfully, I made it on my first try, but you can see even with that, it drained about 15% of my run energy. But let me try out this door here. And it is indeed a puzzle. So when you click something, everything around it changes to the opposite direction, right? So if I do something like this, everything changes. And then I believe if I... No, that wasn't good. Let me do... Oh boy, I gotta think about this. Nope. All right. There we go. I remember that wanderer. She hypnotized me. But I can't remember why. I need to get something? This is so confusing. Maybe someone around here can tell me what in Gielinor is going on. So let me drop my cat again. And let me talk to the wisest of the creatures. Maybe the Sphinx. Good day. The Sphinx ignores you. Ah, how interesting. A cat. Come here to me, kitty. Meow. Your cat and the Sphinx converse in a yellowing language for a short time. Excuse me, I need help. Yes, your cat tells me you're in a spot of bother. Something to do with grave robbing. Tisk tisk. So unbecoming of a guardian of cats. Can you help me, please? Well, I have to say I enjoy a laugh at someone's expense now and again, so let's have a bit of fun. I don't like the sound of this. I'll help you if you can solve a simple puzzle of mine, but... There's always a but, isn't there? But if you answer incorrectly, I get to keep your cat. Okay, that sounds fair. A husband and a wife has 6 sons, and each son has 1 sister. How many people are in the family? So if you have 6 sons, that's 6. They each have a sister. Since they're all related, that adds 1, right? So 6 brothers, and then there's the 1 sister, so that's 7. And then the husband is 8, the wife is 9. The answer is 9. Are you sure? Totally positive. Well answered, human. I guess you get to keep your cat. Now will you help me? With your grave robbing problem? I didn't rob anybody's grave. Too true. You didn't rob just anybody's grave. You managed to rob the grave of Klenter, the recently deceased high priest of Icthlarin. Do you know what that means? No. Icthlarin is the manified god of the dead. By desecrating the tomb of one of his priests, you've made an enemy out of every person in this city. But I didn't desecrate any tomb. There's no proof. Really? Because if I'm not mistaken, that Klenter's shade right over there, he definitely doesn't seem happy with you. There's also a burial jar in your possession. How do you explain that? How did you know about the burial jar? I can smell the rotting organs from here. Look, I don't know exactly what happened. All I know is that the wanderer hypnotized me and had me steal something from this pyramid. The burial jar? I guess so. It's all still very unclear. Interesting. I'm afraid I can't help you. I have my own concerns without involving myself with petty human affairs. However, I suggest you seek out the new high priest of Icthlarin to the southeast. Maybe he might be able to assist you. Of course, you'll need to convince him to talk to you first. Here, I have a token that he will know is from me. Take that to him, and I'm sure he will speak with you. The Sphinx gives you a token. Thanks, I guess. Tell me more about yourself. I am an agent of neither good nor evil. I am unconcerned with the plight of mankind and their petty wars and beliefs. Well, now you've told me what you're not. Can you tell me what you are? I am a guardian of the feline kind. Why would they need a guardian? Cats play a significant role in the religion of this area, particularly when it comes to guarding the dead from the Devourer. The Devourer? She's the very incarnation of destruction. I don't understand. What understanding do you have of the Menethite gods? Little to none. Well, the Menethite pantheon is made up of 4 main deities. The 2 main gods of the pantheon are Tumikin, the god of light, and Elodinus, the god of fertility. Tumikin and Elodinus also have 2 children. Icthlarin is one, and the Devourer is the other. They named her the Devourer. Not great at parenting, were they? She was not always called such. She is known by her deeds now, rather than by her name. So, if the Devourer is the bad sibling, does that make Icthlarin the good one? That is a common belief, but things are rarely that simple. In some ways, neither of them are good or bad. Icthlarin is the god of the dead. He takes care of the passing of souls to their next life. The Devourer is the goddess of destruction, and that is what she craves. I thought you said she wasn't evil. That's not quite what I said. Still, is destruction enough to make one evil? Fire destroys, but is that evil? No, but it also creates heat. We could also have an overlong theological debate now, but let's instead get to my point. Destruction has a place, so maybe the Devourer does as well. However, she does take it too far sometimes. How? The Devourer wishes to destroy every soul in existence, living or dead. As you can imagine, this has brought her into conflict with Icthlarin. Ah, I see where this is going. The cats are used to protect the dead from the Devourer, like you said earlier. But who protects the cats? Well anticipated. The Devourer is terrified of cats for the reasons I will not explain. However, her followers, although few in number, are not. I ensure the survival of cats. For this service, Icthlarin grants me eternal life. So then, you are a follower of Icthlarin. Nothing of the sort. As I've said before, I have no interest in humans and their gods. I look after my own kind. For that, Icthlarin looks after me. What's going on in the city? I thought that would be pretty obvious. Well, I could benefit from your point of view. You seem the independent type. Flattery, my adventurer, will get you everywhere. But to answer your question, Sophanem has been struck with plagues. More than one? Quite a number. There's a plague of frogs to the west. In the east, you can also find locusts. The cows have only been producing sour milk since the outbreak, and the residents have been struck down by a rash of spots. The residents? There are a lot of living people here for a city of the dead. Sophanem is called the City of the Dead because the dead are brought here. Death plays rather a large role in the beliefs of people, and as a result, the business. This is all very interesting, but I've got to get going. Alright, let's go talk to this new priest, see what we can find. Or actually, the priest is right here. Keep along, cat. Keep along. Hello? You! I will have no dealings with those who plunder the houses of the dead. Wait, the Sphinx told me that I should talk to you. The Sphinx? Is that possible? That contrary old cat has never done anything to help us. Prove it. You hand over the token of the High Priest. Well, this is unexpected. So what do you want from me, thief? I appreciate it doesn't look great right now, but I'm not actually a bad person. Well, you could have fooled me. Good people don't rob from the dead. It wasn't me. Well, it was, I guess. I didn't do it on purpose, though. I was hypnotized. Hypnotized? Yes. There was this wanderer. She had me break into the pyramid to steal a burial jar, I think. It's all still a bit confusing. This is all a disaster. The plagues were bad enough, but now we've got hypnotized adventurers plundering tombs. I've only just started this job as well. You do seem to be going through a rough patch. Do you know what caused the plagues? We fear that they are a punishment sent by the gods. Perhaps we have displeased Icthlarin in some way. Maybe I am to blame. All this started after I became High Priest. Well, I'm not sure I can help you with your plagues, but I need to fix whatever mess I caused in the pyramid. Can you help me? Oh, or I suppose the burial jar you took must be returned as soon as possible. That will allow my predecessor to rest once more. I can do that. Do you have any advice for me when it comes to the pyramid? I don't think so. No, wait, there is something important. As with many of our tombs, the pyramid has magical seals to protect it from the Devourer, the goddess of destruction. The fact that you were able to get in before means that you must have a cat. Well, yes, but how did you know that? Cats act as a guardian against the Devourer. I'm surprised the Sphinx didn't tell you this. As such, only a cat can open the pyramid door. I see, I guess that makes sense. Why is it so important that the jar be returned? While those jars are a key part of our burial practices, to remove one is directly insulting to not just Icthlarin, but all those who have passed on to the next life. Not to mention, it wasn't just any jar you took. You stole a jar from the tomb of our former high priest. Why do you think his ghost is now wandering in my city once more? But what will happen if I don't return the jar? Have you not noticed the plagues already filling our city? How long before Klenter calls upon Icthlarin to send a few more? For all we know, the plagues we already have could be punishment for your grave robbing. Hey, don't go blaming me for that. Those plagues were here before I even met that wanderer. Perhaps Icthlarin foresaw what would happen and sent the plagues as a preemptive punishment? You really think he'd do that? I don't know. Icthlarin is patient and forgiving God. It does not make sense to me that he would do this to us. Maybe he's not the one responsible. Perhaps. Either way, that jar needs to be returned. Can you tell me more about the plagues? They started a few days ago. We have locusts in the east of the city and frogs in the west. The cows have started to produce sour milk and all of us have become infected with some sort of pox. Once it became clear how bad it was, Manifos, our neighboring city, closed their gates to us and everybody else. We closed our own gates soon after. That can't have been an easy choice to make. I didn't want to, but the other priests insisted. We had to stop the plagues from spreading. It seems that our choice was the right one. So far the plague has remained contained, but at a great cost. Many of our citizens are trapped outside the city. Some are stuck in Manifos, with more in other parts of the desert. However, that may be, well, for the best. Without trade from the settlements, we've been struggling to even feed the few of us left in the city. How much longer do you think it can last? Not long. We need to find a way to stop the plague soon. Can you tell me more about Icthlarin? Icthlarin is the son of Turkmen and Eladinis, and brother of the Devourer. He is now the manified god of the dead. He is responsible for ensuring the safe passage of all souls from this life to the next. Here in Sophanem, we support Icthlarin in his role by making sure the dead are suitably prepared for their journey. So Icthlarin is only responsible for those that die in the desert? No, while Icthlarin is only worshipped here, his responsibilities stretch across all Gielinor. He cares not for an individual's beliefs. All who pass on enter his care. I imagine there are plenty of people out there who have a different take on things, which they are welcome to. It does not change the facts. You seem very sure in these facts. While most of the gods, Turkmen and Eladinis included, may be long gone from Gielinor, Icthlarin remains. His important role in caring for the dead means that he is still able to interact with us. So you've met him? Well, no. While he is able to walk among us, if he desires, he chooses not to, as to respect our way of life. Not to mention his role requires his constant attention. I see, fair enough. Can you tell me more about the Devourer? Long ago, back when Turkmen and Eladinis still walked these lands, they had two children. Icthlarin, god of the dead, was one. The other was Amaskut, the god of rebirth. For a time, Icthlarin and Amaskut worked together in harmony. Icthlarin would ensure most souls safely guided to the next life, while Amaskut would select a small number to be reborn. But something happened. Yes, during a great war over these lands, Amaskut became corrupted. She was warped into the Devourer, becoming the goddess of destruction. Since then, her only goal has been to devour every soul in existence, both living and dead. The Sphinx told me something similar, but her interpretation was a bit different. We here have a lot of respect for the Sphinx. However, you should be careful of her words. She does not know the gods like we priests do. So is the Devourer still around? Unfortunately so. Most gods have long since left this world. However, the Devourer is still able to find a way to remain. Luckily for us, some of her former priestesses were able to weaken her, but she still possesses and poses a great threat. I better get going. Alright, that is a lot of reading. That is a lot of lore. But that's why you watch my channel instead of other ones, I guess. Alright, there's my cat. Let's go back into the pyramid, I believe. Hey, Puss. What do you reckon a cat opened the door? Do you think you can open it for me? Meow. Alright, same deal as before. I'm just going to use my mini-map to navigate here. Should be fine. Brought a little bit of food in me in case I do end up needing it. I hope not. Let me examine this jar while I have it. It has a lid shaped like an ape. Ew, I think it contains somebody's intestines. So that is going to determine what jar I interact with here. As you go to make the jump, I can't tell what it's saying because this thing won't leave me alone. Are you going to make a jump? Another sense of deja vu sweeps over you. Oh, I guess the thing was preventing me from finishing that interaction. Okay. I need to get the burial jar for the mistress. Oh, my HP fully recovered. That's interesting. So I can examine the jars here. So this one is the bug jar. This one's the crocodile. Then we have a man. And finally, we have the ape. So let's go with the ape. You will not defile this place. Alright, let me get my prayer up. Let me protect for magic here. Wow, I'm like not hitting this thing very well at all. I'm wearing my amulet of power and that's all I brought, but I am like missing everything here. That's alright. I did bring a prayer potion as well, in case I need to utilize that. So this is a flashback to what I was doing previously, I suppose. Okay. You take the burial jar. Alright, then let me get out of here. So I really did steal the jar. I need to return it as fast as I can before that thing hits me. So annoying. Thankfully, my agility is coming in clutch here. I am able to navigate this pit. Gotta redo this puzzle yet again. I'm trying to remember exactly how this worked. Wasn't this? Hold on. Hold on. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. That wasn't it either. There we go. I don't know why I'm so stupid here. You return the burial jar. Perfect. Let's get out of here. So now I actually have to navigate my way out of the pyramid. Gotta manually run all the way. It is nice that your HP recovers in between the scenes there. Oh, that is annoying. I fell for the first time. I did fall to the south, which actually saves me some time. So that is actually convenient. If there was any time to fall, that would have been it. Alright, let me head back to the priest here. So before I continue, let me restore my prayer so I don't forget. Hello. Have you managed to return the jar yet? It's done. Wonderful. Now we can prepare for the ceremony. Ceremony? The ceremony to reconsecrate Klenter's tomb, of course. It would have been nice for you to mention this earlier. Sorry, with all the plague business, it must have slipped my mind. You're the high priest of Icthlarin, but you forgot a key ceremony? Well, if you want to try running a city with multiple plagues, you're welcome to take over. That's not what I... Never mind. Good. Now the ceremony is very dangerous, so we must ensure everything is done correctly. Dangerous? How? Well, the pyramid has these magical seals on it. To protect it from the devourer. Yes, you told me earlier. Right, of course I did. Well, for us to properly reconsecrate the tomb, we must first remove the seals. That means that once we begin, the pyramid will be vulnerable until the ceremony is complete. Ah, I see. Now, we made many preparations while you were gone, but the Carpenter and the Embalmer could both use a hand. Could you go and speak with them? Why do I have to help? Did you forget that all of this is your fault? I guess I assumed that by returning the jar I stole, my job would be done. The job will be done when Klenter is at rest once more. Besides, thanks to the plagues, we're not allowing people to leave the city. However, as you can see, as you seem to be unaffected, I've told the guards to make an exception for you. And that means I am best placed to help. Fine. The Carpenter and the Embalmer, did you say? That's right. We need the Carpenter to create a new holy symbol for the ceremony. He lives over to the east. The Embalmer also needs help gathering some supplies. He lives just south of here. Alright. I better get going. Let's roll. So this is where my bucket of salt is going to come into play. I'm going to use it on the sun trap here and essentially evaporate the water so that I can get a pile of salt. You pour the water into the sun trap and it quickly evaporates, leaving you with a pile of salt. Good day. Hello, adventurer. The High Priest says that you're here to help us. That's right. He asked me to come and speak with you about a holy symbol for the ceremony. Ah, yes. It needs to be made from willow. Thing is, there's a small problem with that. Is this the part where you need me to get something? Wow, you're quick. I'm all out of willow. And due to the quarantine, I'm unable to leave the city to get more. However, the High Priest mentioned that a special exception has been made for you. Well, there's actually no need for me to go anywhere. I already have some willow logs here. You give the Carpenter some willow logs. Thank you. I'll get to work making a symbol. Do you have something else that you can do in the meantime? Yes, I can help out the Embalmer. Well, you're probably best off doing that then. I'm sure I'll have it done by the time you're done. Alright, to the Embalmer. Or actually, this person. Simon. Hello. Do you need something? No? Well, I have lots to do, so good day. My bad. We're talking to Rachel instead. Hello. Good afternoon. Is it? It's hot and sunny, which is good enough for me, so can I help you with anything? No thanks. Fair enough. Never mind. We need to talk to the Embalmer first. My bad, friends. My bad. That's a... Where's the Embalmer? I forgot where the Embalmer is. Actually, I think the Embalmer is to the west. Over here. Yes, sorry. Sorry, friends. Little bit of a bad detour. Did not mean to trade. Hi there. Oh, it's you. I hear you're helping us out now. To be honest, I'm still not thrilled to have you around, but so be it. I guess that's probably best I ask for, given the situation. Anyway, the High Priest said that he needed help gathering some supplies for the ceremony. That's right, I need 3 things, but the quarantine is making some of them hard to obtain. First, I need some salt. Normally, I get mine from the salt lake just north of the city. Just fill a bucket from the lake there and use the sun trap outside to separate the salt from water. Next, I need some tree sap. You can use a knife to extract some from a tree, but make sure you have a bucket ready. Most coniferous evergreen trees should have some. They're cone-shaped ones. Finally, I need some linen. That one shouldn't be too hard. The local cloth salesman should have some. You hand over the salt to the Embalmer. You hand over the bucket of sap to the Embalmer. Well, that was unexpected, thank you. Alright, so now I think I can go get some linen. And unfortunately, the linen is another exception to the no-shop rule. It's one of those things that the only way to get it is to purchase it. Hello. Good afternoon. Is it? Yeah, repeating this. I met with the town's embalmer, and he mentioned that he needed a few things, linen being one of them. Of course, that'll be 30 coins, please, and thank you. The merchant takes your money and hands you a sheet of linen before you realize the transaction has been agreed. Well, what the? Do come again. Very slick. Let me see if this symbol is ready or if I need to finalize the whole Embalmer saga. Good day. Hello, adventurer. I'm still working on that symbol. Do you have something else you can work on in the meantime? Yes, I'll help out the Embalmer. Alright, fine. Hi there. Oh, it's you. Any luck getting those items? You hand a sheet of linen to the Embalmer. Thank you. I think that's everything I need. Great. I guess I should go and see the Carpenter and see how he's getting on. Alright. That should be the last step here. Good day. Hello, adventurer. The symbol is all finished now. The Carpenter gives you the holy symbol. I imagine the High Priest will be down in the pyramid by now. You should take that to him as soon as possible. Will do, thanks. Alright, let's return to the pyramid. Gotta drop the cat for this. Now, these are level 84 mummies. No wonder they're hurting me fairly significantly. I see the priests over there. Get the sense of deja vu as you try to jump. Try to read through that quickly so I didn't get stuck in combat again. I need to hide the mistress's symbol in the ceremonial room. We got the unholy symbol here. Gonna put that in any sarcophagus. You hide the unholy symbol in the sarcophagus. Yes, now the mistress can enter the pyramid whenever she pleases. The Wanderer. She's going to attack the ceremony. I need to warn them. Don't fail. Don't fail, Dark Elf. Thank goodness. Ah, there you are. Do you have the holy symbol? Wait, we can't begin the ceremony. What? But we've already started. But the Wanderer is coming. What the? You have done well, adventurer. All my brother's dogs in one place with no one around to save them. It can't be. It's a devourer. Adventurer, kill these pathetic priests. I'm not your slave anymore. Shame. Do not worry though. I have plenty more. You, priest of the Dog Lord. You are now mine. Kill your brethren. Yes, mistress. Have fun. Protect us, adventurer. We must complete the ceremony. Alright. Let's attack. Let me protect for magic here. And we should be good. Level 91? Since when? Not hitting that high here. Guess the priest has pretty good defense. Be alright. I got some prayer potion. I got some food. Be alright. Ooh, nice little attack potion, some bones, I'll take that. Thank you so much, adventurer. Thanks to you, we were able to complete the ceremony. Well, it was the least I could do. After all, it was sort of my fault it all happened. Well, on that note, what exactly did happen there? That was the Devourer. It seems the Wanderer that hypnotized me was actually the Devourer all along. I'm guessing the reason she had me steal the burial jar was because she knew you'd have to gather here to reconsecrate the tomb again. She wanted to kill us all in one go? Yes, and she had me plant an unholy symbol here to allow her to teleport right in. Well, once again, thank you. Without you, the Devourer would have struck a devastating blow against Icthlarin. Here's that unholy symbol, by the way. Or the holy symbol. You give the holy symbol to the High Priest. Thank you. We wouldn't have been able to complete the ceremony without that in our presence. So what now? We have a few things to finish here, but then we'll head back to the city. Please join us there. Alright, and I think I can just straight up leave now. All of a sudden, a final sense of deja vu sweeps over you. And what do we have here? I must do as the mistress commands. Did my sister really think that I would not sense her presence here? Amascut, release your hold on this human. Narg. Well, I guess that explains why Amascut's control over me was broken. Not every day the god of the dead comes to your rescue. Interesting indeed. It was an Anubian personification of Icthlarin, which is in line with ancient Egyptian lore, right? Anubis being one of their gods of death. Hello. Ah, there you are. You were gone for quite a while. As a thank you for what you've done, I have a little trinket for you. I'm sure you'll find it of huge amount and enjoyment out of it. You have completed Icthlarin's little helper. You're awarded 2 quest points, 4,500 thieving, 4,000 agility, 4,000 woodcutting, and an amulet of Catspeak. So what do you plan to do now? Well, now that we've sorted this business with the Klenter, we can properly focus on dealing with these plagues. And how's that looking? Not great. However, we do have a bit of good news in that area thanks to you. Thanks to me. Yes, you've shown us the pox we're all infected with can't be contagious. If it was, you'd be covered in the spots by now. That's a very good point. Does this mean that you can reopen the city? It does indeed. The decision to lock things down was made very quickly, so we were forced to trap many of the citizens outside the wall. We'll be able to let them all back now. That's wonderful news. It is, but there's one problem. What is it? When the plagues first started, Menefos, our neighboring city, closed their gates as well. Many of our citizens became trapped there when they did. But if there's no risk of them becoming infected, can't they open the gates again? You'd think so, but they believe there's still a danger. It seems that they're willing to kill if it helps to keep their city isolated. Perhaps I could help? The offer is appreciated, but I don't think there's anything you can do. You do not have all the requirements to start this quest. We'll come back to that. Let me restore my prayer. Let me try out my Catspeak amulet. Let's talk with the cat. How are you? Good. But could we go hunting again soon? One of my friends got a medal from Gertrude for catching lots of mice. Where do you want to go? We go to Varrock sewers and chase some rats. How old are you now? I'm not too old, I'm not too young. In fact, I think I'm just right. What do you want to do now? I want to go chase things, kill them, and eat them. Purr. Alright. Well, that's it. That was a prerequisite to continue so I can do the rat catcher quest, which is required for one of the steps in my medium clue scroll. That's the whole reason we're doing this. So that's probably what I'll do in the next episode. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for stopping by the Renaissance Gaming Monastery. I hope you join our community on Discord and Twitter. These videos are produced with a lot of hard work and love. If you think they're worth $1, I'd be grateful for your contribution. You can send a thanks donation or become a member on YouTube. You can also support through PayPal, Patreon, or even with cryptocurrency. All links are in the description. See you on the next video.